and I'm going to Queens.
He's out on the road, huh?
Yeah, he's coming here. Well, unless I'm missing something, Crowder's not on right now. Their contract ended with the Blaze.
Yeah, he ended Blaze.
And he's not on like in the mornings. I don't know what's going on. I haven't asked Dave about it yet either. So I don't know what exactly is going on. But
my nephew hit me up with a text here a week or so ago. He goes, well, now that Crowder's not on Blaze anymore, and he's do you think Dave is going to go off on his own again, or what do you think? I said, I don't know enough about it, to be honest with you. I wasn't aware.
Well, Dave is, I mean, I don't know. I really haven't talked to him about it. I will, because he's coming on, he's going to be doing Seth's show on the 20, whatever the week before the 27th would be, Monday. And I'm going to definitely make sure that I give them some questions that I need answered, or I might just ask him. I may just call him and ask him. But I do know that he put out this really funny, this Normal World, which I sent you.
Yeah, that was very, very well done.
Yeah, and that's him and Quarter Black from the Crowder show. The guy with the beard. That's right. Quarter Black Garrett from the Crowder show. And and they're working on putting that together and doing more episodes, and so maybe that's his next move. I don't know.
Well, the production, the production was very well done on that.
Yeah.
Whoever put that all together did a really good job with the editing and production and the storyboarding and the whole thing. So
sure.
Very well done. I mean, I don't know where the revenue on something like that is generated aside from YouTube views or something like that. So
yeah, well, probably since they put it out there, it's probably trying to get it picked up somewhere.
Right.
Trying to get it picked up on, Comedy Central or, something like that where they would pick it up and pay them X amount of money. Then it goes into the whole Eddie Trunk begging for dollars thing.
Exactly.
If somebody would just pick us up, we'd be back.
Right, of course. There's a day that goes by that somebody doesn't mention the metal show to me.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Yeah, I mean, but I don't know what he's doing. I'm sure behind the scenes, Crowder is
negotiating some kind of a deal with somebody.
There's no way is there no interest at all to bring in a show that does the same type of numbers as Joe Rogan.
Right.
There's just no way. Somebody's negotiating. So I'm willing to bet. It sounds to me, and again, I have no confirmation of this from Dave or from anybody else.
This is Chris Akin speculation here.
Exactly. But I have a feeling that the Blaze didn't tell them that they weren't renewing. They just didn't renew until like the week of, because like Crowder came on like literally the week before they ended and said, I thought this was going to be, a joint statement, or I thought we could negotiate or whatever, but we won't be on after Friday. So I have a feeling they just didn't tell them that they weren't, or they hadn't kind of said that they were canceling Crowder or whatever. So my hunch is that now he's just looking for a new partnership, and he's probably, more than likely, if I had to guess, he's probably talking to Spotify, and he's probably talking to Podcast One and the big podcast companies out there to see, because that would be his best move. Being on a network, even like the Blaze, that was not really a great fit.
Do you think the Blaze has any money?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it really all depends on how much money Glenn Beck put in, because he has a lot of money.
Well, that was also part of Mark Levin too.
Yeah, and he has a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. But
how much are they investing into the?
Well, but I don't think they're going to be dumping money down a rabbit hole, to keep it afloat just to have it work. Obviously there's got to be some kind of return on investment. So
yeah,
so unless it's not making any money and they can't afford to pay I don't know what their deal is with him or what their deal was, but regardless of that, I'm wondering if they just didn't have the money to pay him or something.
It could be, or it could just be that it could be that they got tired of dealing with the legal battles that come with Crowder. I mean, there's a lot of legal that goes on with Crowder. They're constantly suing YouTube and suing suing different people and what. I mean, they've sued YouTube several times. And that's an uphill money suck battle if ever there would be one to sue Google.
Right.
So I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I know Dave is out there still doing gigs, and I saw that Crowder announced a gig too, and so a comedy gig. So apparently I'm not going to go to my Rumble on Monday and see Louder with Crowder.
Right. Sure.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, if your friend Dave swings through this area, I'll make an effort to go out and see him.
Okay, yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, I know. I was thrilled to see that he's coming back to Hilarities. I'm all about that. I'm gonna go check that out here at the end of the month. So
that's the place in Cuyahoga Falls.
No, that's the funny stuff. Hilarities is downtown. Hilarities is where we saw Chris Porter.
Right. Gotcha.
Hilarities. Last time I was there seeing Crowder, that was where I fell down the fucking steps like an idiot.
That's when you banged up your foot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Interesting. Well, it's interesting that these independent guys who nobody's signed to a deal anymore. You ever notice that now? Everybody's all independent ever since obviously people like Adam Carolla and Joe Rogan and Kumia and people like that. Everybody is struck out on their own and found their own niche or their own deal somewhere. There's no such thing as a network deal anymore. Well,
I don't think people want to be tied to a network anymore. They don't want to be hamstrung, just like us. Much smaller level, but they just don't want to be hamstrung to, well, you can't say this and you can't say that. You can only you have to play ball.
Right.
I don't think people want to do that anymore. I mean, certainly there's no shortage of places to put a show these days.
Right, of course.
I mean, God, just there are 6 different free platforms, like quote unquote free, that you don't have to pay anything for, that have hundreds of thousands of on-demand movies and TV shows on them. There's 6 legitimate ones, and then there's a zillion others that are just guys like me that put shit up.
Right.
But like one, I've talked about this one on maybe Crusader Presents. It's all kind of blurry at this point, but there's a channel out there called Xumo, spelled XUMO.
Okay.
And forever it's just been kind of like a podunk bullshit channel, right? Well, they revamped and they relaunched the first of the year. And I went to it the other day for the first time in a long time, because they really never had anything good. They always had like the Beverly Hillbillies or some bullshit like that. They never had anything good. I went to it the other day. It's completely revamped, and they have like 100 fucking live streaming channels.
All right.
And I was like, damn, they got some good stuff here. They have the one thing that I was thrilled about is they have a bunch of UFC. They have a UFC channel with a bunch of UFC, the best of the UFC. And I watched quite a few hours of that the other day on it. And, and that's like, there's more and more of these guys that are putting together channels on these platforms. Like, as an example, another one, you've heard of Plex, haven't you? Plex TV.
Yeah. I have that app on my thing, I think.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Plex forever, and the main focus of Plex for as long, I've had it for probably 15 years, and Plex, the main focus of it was like a server thing where you could put your movies or your, whatever videos that you had on a computer somewhere, and you would just leave it running kind of in the background. And then you could put the app on your TV and watch your movie. So it was almost like a server storage.
It's kind of like Sling.
Yeah. Well, Sling is actually channels.
Yeah, I understand, but it's a concept like that.
Yeah. It's the basic concept.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, now all of a sudden they have 50, 60 live channels. And one that caught my eye was Trailer Park Boys have a channel on Plex. And the thing about that is Trailer Park Boys, and I know this because I'm subscribed to it. They have a paid video cast channel on their like an app. You could get the Trailer Park Boys app. It's cheap. It's like $20 a year or something. And they do once a week, they do like a live video show or a video show. Plus they have all kinds of other like little shows on the app. Well, now all that content is free on Plex. Like all the stuff, like the actual Trailer Park Boys show is not on there, but all of the stuff that has been, behind the paywall is now free on Plex. If you get the Trailer Park Boys channel on Plex.
All right.
So there's lots and lots of good content. I spent a few hours this week just watching that.
Now, how do you find stuff on there?
Like the channels?
Yeah. How do you know what's on there?
They have a channel guide, just like a cable box.
Really? Okay. Well, that makes it nice and convenient.
Oh yeah, dude. All of these. That's what I'm saying with all of these free sites now. Pluto, Stir, Zumo, Tubi, Plex. All of them. When you go to their things, they have options for either live channels or on demand.
Okay.
And you can pick either one. And so you can go and you can just find the live channels, or you can go to the on demand. And for me, Trailer Park Boys live channel, that's a good way to go to sleep and just laugh my way into fading out.
Sure.
It's fucking excellent.
Yeah. Very nice. Perfect.
Well, they must have heard me talking about them. Literally, I just looked at my email because 2 emails popped in, both of them from Plex.
Nice.
That's funny. Must have heard me.
Yeah. Your Alexa is listening to you.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, lots of good stuff going on as far as TV and stuff. And not going to say that I haven't had a conversation myself with one of these channels. I don't know that it's going to go anywhere, but I at least initiated something and got some feedback. So
sure.
I was like, okay.
Thanks for checking out this episode of The Classic Metal Show. Get all of our episodes uncensored at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. Join us weekly from 9 p.m. till 3 a.m. Eastern at www.cmsradio.net. Participate in the live chat room at www.chatandkill.com. Once again, thank you for checking out The Classic Metal Show with Neeley and Chris. Hail and kill. Fuck you, pal. And hail